Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Breaking Ground and I am Swati Joshi, where we get you up to speed with the top developments of the day. In a significant development, the Indian Army has cleared Colonel Shrikant Purohit for promotion to the rank of Brigadier. The decision comes after the Armed Forces Tribunal stayed his retirement, which was originally scheduled for 31st March. Purohit had approached the tribunal claiming that his career progression had been adversely affected due to the prolonged trial in the 2008 Malegaon blast case, in which he was an accused before being acquitted. He argued that the delay in the judicial process denied him a fair opportunity for promotion within the army, and making this move a major milestone in his long legal and professional journey. Let's in fact take you through the case. This is the timeline we are highlighting here on the big screen. Let's understand what is the entire controversy all about over Colonel Purohit's promotion. In 2008, Shrikant Purohit was arrested in the Malegaon case. This is the entire case timeline that we are playing out here on the big screen. 2017, the Supreme Court granted bail to Colonel Purohit. Shrikant Purohit resumed his duties after bail. July 2025, acquitted by the Special NI Court in Mumbai. Purohit argued 17-year trial delayed his promotion, and that's why he approached the authorities. The ATF put retirement on hold pending promotion plea on the 16th of March. April 10th, the army clears promotion to Brigadier. So he's not a colonel anymore. He is a Brigadier. That promotion has been given to him, long pending. 22nd May is the next date of the ATF hearing. This is the entire case timeline, and this is what the entire controversy surrounding the promotion is. Now, this also takes us back to the allegations that were leveled. It also takes us back to the entire political controversy, the reactions that came in from the politicians as far as the Malegaon case is concerned. Now, let's take a look at what transpired in this entire Malegaon case and how did the individuals were framed. Let's also take you through what the court said as far as the observations of the court are concerned in the case. Now, the spotlight also firmly is on individuals who had leveled serious allegations against Colonel Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya as well. Remember, they were also called terrorists. Rahul Gandhi, remember, had used the word terrorist for Shrikant Purohit and Sadhvi Pragya. The question is now, after first the acquittal that has come in from the court and the fact that the Brigadier rank promotion will be given, will those individuals apologize? Earlier, just after his acquittal, Times Now spoke to him when he returned home 17 years after he was accused in the Malegaon blast case. Here's what he said.
Lieutenant Colonel Purohit, 17 years. 17 years is a long time for you, for your entire family, and even for your organization. You said they stood by you rock solid.
Everyone comes with some kind of destiny. Okay. And I had said it earlier, again I am saying, it is not Colonel Purohit. Any other officer in my position worth his salt would have faced the same ordeal because we were merely doing our duty. Okay? So anyone would have faced this kind of thing. It is not Colonel Purohit. That must be understood.
Like you roar, we will also roar with you. Jai Hind, and thank you so much for joining us. Yes, this is a story of resilience.
So these developments, of course, taking place 18 years after the entire Malegaon case unfolded. Shrikant Purohit had approached the tribunal claiming that his career progression had been adversely affected because of the prolonged trial in the 2008 Malegaon blast case in which he was an accused. And of course, later he was acquitted by the court. He also argued that the delay in the judicial process denied him a fair opportunity for promotion within the army hierarchy, making this move a major milestone in his long legal and professional journey. We also took you through the entire case timeline. And of course, the reactions that came in from politicians back then, who also went on to the extent of calling Shrikant Purohit a terrorist, Sadhvi Pragya a terrorist. And remember, the entire term, the saffron terror or the Hindu terror, was coined back when the Malegaon case had unfolded. As far as the courts are concerned, while pronouncing the judgment in the July 2025 special Judge A.K. Lahoti said that the prosecution had failed to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the reason why the acquittal came in. Let me go across to my colleague Arunil, who's joining us on the broadcast with more details. Arunil, we've discussed every development in this case, the Malegaon blast case, over the years in great detail. Today, what we are witnessing is a big victory, another one, in fact, after the acquittal for Shrikant Purohit.
Well, that is right. In a way, you can say double delight for the Purohit family, not only Colonel Purohit, but his wife Aparna Purohit as well. Last year, we saw that after 17 years of legal battle, Colonel Purohit was exonerated, acquitted from very serious charges in the Malegaon blast. Now, after that also, when Colonel Purohit had spoken 2 times now, he had said that he rightly deserves promotion in the army because his promotion was halted because of the legal case, as well as the due compensation needs to be given as well. Now we understand that Colonel Purohit has been promoted to the Brigadier rank. A compensation by the army has been granted to Colonel Purohit, as well as several other things that Colonel Purohit had mentioned in his in the legal case with respect to his army promotion has also been given to Colonel Purohit. So in a way, vindication for the Purohit family, which has been fighting this legal battle, long legal battle. Last year, he was exonerated from the Malegaon blast case, and now a promotion has been granted to him, as well as his retirement age is also been extended.
Absolutely. Arunil, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast with the inputs. We, in fact, also spoke to Colonel Shrikant Purohit's wife in an exclusive conversation with Colonel Purohit's wife, Aparna Purohit, after the big vindication. This is what she had to say.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for speaking to Times Now.
Yes, good evening.
As you're aware, Times Now has been really at the forefront of doing all of this. What would you want to tell all those who did not wait for justice and said that or turned their back on Colonel Purohit?
I would not put it that way. I have never seen it that way, actually. It was just a matter of fate that he had to go through. And so we have come out of all this. And I'm really thankful that, to everyone who has been with him. And I think it is the Almighty who has to be thanked, because it is only with His blessings that we could have seen this day. So I am not really thinking about anybody who's not stood by him, and I mean, it's just a matter of it's just because of fate that he had to go through certain things.
You have been magnanimous. I wanted to ask you about the others who were framed, because Colonel Purohit was not the only one. And this was the handiwork of a system. All of these people, including Colonel Purohit, they were in a way betrayed by the system. How do you look at that?
The system is never bad. Both of us believe that the system is put up, has been in place because of a lot of thought process, and the system is never bad. So there are certain people with the system who could be bad, but it's never the system. So it's the same system which is the army, which has really supported us, and today we are seeing this day because of the system itself.
Right. Any message for the others, ma'am, who are still awaiting justice in this case? Because it has been, 16, 17 years for Colonel Purohit to get justice. Now his honor has been restored. The others who are still, waiting for that day, what would you tell them?
No, everybody and the others in this case, everyone has been acquitted from this case. So I think we have got our justice. Maybe it is a little delayed, but we did get our justice.
I'm sure you must have spoken to Colonel Purohit about this. Has he forgiven even the people who were behind him. As a family, as one unit, do you believe that now that his honor has been restored, Colonel Purohit must put up a case against all those who made him suffer, so that justice in the real sense is done? Should they not be
No,
made to pay?
our family has really gone through a lot of ups and downs in the past few years. So I would prefer that after he got acquitted, he was from a lieutenant colonel, he was given a promotion to a colonel, and today he has been given a promotion from a colonel to a brigadier. We've got whatever we've lost, so I think we are happy with it. So I'm really not concerned with what justice and but for me, I would prefer that we would be on more peaceful grounds than.
Right. So you want to put this
anything.
behind you and look forward
Absolutely.
to. Okay. My final
Absolutely.
question to you, ma'am. Every time you hear the word saffron terror, Hindu terror, how does it hit you? How do you react?
There were certain things which did go wrong at that moment of time. But today, if you ask me, I would actually put all this behind me, and there is a lot to do for the country from now onwards also. So we would actually concentrate on that and go ahead, because there's a lot of work to be put in for our country today also.
Right.
So
You're
let us
right about that.
concentrate on that and go ahead.
All right. Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank you so
speaking to
much.
Times Now.
Thank you so much.
So that was the family of Shrikant Purohit saying there that they hold no grudges. Perhaps it was fate. Let's move on now. Let's shift our focus to the other big development. Justice Yashwant Verma has finally stepped down. Remember the shocking visuals of